with Michael Laughlin. Neil talked about him a little bit, and just his progress, obviously getting healthy. How much does he help?
Yeah, he's been a big topic as the year started in his absence, and certainly his presence is being felt. He had a great off season, has really worked to become a good player in both phases, and we'll see that continue to climb as he goes and continues. But it's really happy for him. He's just established a great physical presence in the block game. There's 2 or 3 plays in that game where he really played physical and finished guys the way really good players do at that position. So it's really good to see. And he took a step in the pass game as well, which gives us a different dimension. So really happy for him, and it's something we've got to continue to help him grow as he gets healthy, and he's able to practice the way he is. It was really hard. You just got to be careful when a guy comes back, and you want to make sure to keep him healthy. So as he continues to bag reps and gain confidence, but also bag reps, it's going to allow us to feature him even more.
From an outsider's perspective, looking at the tape of Baylor, what are they trying to do with the star position with Petrie that makes him so successful in lay terms that we can understand?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, they do a really good job featuring him in a way of what he does really well. So what does he do really well, John? Like, he adds on the edge really good. He is a great blitzer. He's instinctive. He can run the line of scrimmage when runs away. He can attack you when runs at him. If you try to pull the ball and throw RPOs at him, he's very instinctive and can jump in pass lanes. So that is really what he does well, and so they use him to those strengths. And he does a really good job of finding ways to get in the fit, but then also stay out of the run fit and be heavy in the RPO windows and stuff as well. So he's very attacking, plays hard. He does a really good job of a lot of guys would maybe not trim the fat, so to speak, off the line of scrimmage when runs away. He can run the heels of the offensive lineman and still run down some plays backside that maybe sometimes you would say that guy can't make it, and he does a good job of showing up and making it.
Another thing here, Bernard did not play last week. Did that show up on tape?
Yeah, I mean, you could tell certainly that he wasn't there. I mean, a great player, you can see some things in his absence, and we expect him to play. So when you put him and 8 in the game opposite each other and those things, it makes them very efficient and very effective players. Are both special.
Your evaluation of Gerad, not just of this past game, but season as a whole. How was Deggy done?
Yeah, you know what? The game one certainly struggled taking care of it for some multiple reasons, but at the same time, he's taken care of the football better and made better decisions in the pass game. He really did a great job leading us in halftime and stepping up in front of the football team, and went out and stood behind that and then really made some special throws throughout the second half last week. And we fell short, and it's like anything, as Coach Brown said, we just got to continue to make our plays work, be more efficient, make routine plays all the time. And in Big 12 games and games that matter, and all of them do, that margin of error is small. We played in close football games this whole season, and for us to change kind of this wave and get us back on track, we've got to find a way to kind of punch through the wall, make those plays when needed, and finish with us singing the song,
Gerad, how do you find a way to find consistency? I mean, it's easy to talk about it. How do you find that?
Yeah, I go back and smile, like, throw strikes, right? I mean, here is unfortunate. I told the guys, the unit, and we talked about as a staff, like, don't you wish you could go bottled up, buy it, deliver it, smile and say everything's going to be okay? But there is really no way around. Like, no matter what changes about our world, no matter what changes about phones, no matter what changes about how we raise our kids, we coach and all those things, at the end of the day, this is a team sport. It is a wonderful sport. You have to work together and rely on teammates to get it done. And the only way to get better at something is to care about it more and to work harder and be efficient in your work. You can't have meaningless work with nothing, no direction. So it really is, and I know it sounds cliche-ish, but I mean, like, we're all sitting, like, how do you get better? Don't grow weary. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Work really hard on Tuesday and Wednesday. Stare down the barrel and expect improvement. And then when you wake up in the morning, you have to expect for great things to happen. That's what I believe. I think that's what we have to do as a football team, as an offense, and as coaching staff. Like, that's what our job is. Get our guys to play better, still remain confident. Don't grow weary. Don't let negativity creep in. So I know that's a lengthy answer, but I'm pretty passionate about it.
With that in mind, how does it happen that for an entire half, like the first half this week and the previous other halves, that a whole offensive team would kind of go into a shell?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair question. The point is, like, the real answer is we practiced really well on Tuesday and Wednesday. Our guys went hard. We practiced well. We did great things. Sure thought we'd come out with maybe a little bit more juice and energy, and for whatever reason, we just didn't. But you certainly wouldn't look at it and say, hey, our guys weren't ready because we practiced well on Tuesday and Wednesday. The stats, our statistics in the offensive game, run and pass, did well. We had really good practices and preparation. You know, we fell short, didn't make routine plays work, kind of got caught into a lull, and just kind of took over a little bit. And then we got sparked in the second half and took off and maybe showed some abilities that we have as an offensive unit, and we've got to make sure those show up in 4 quarters and not 2 or 3. That's the real answer.
Going to this game this weekend, nobody's really gotten a lot on them. I think Iowa State scored, what was it, 29, and then Oklahoma State got 24. What have the teams done to be successful against them, what you see on tape?
Yeah, so it goes back to it. Nothing really as you line up, you're right. I mean, it's not like there's anything you look out there and say, this is easy. You know what I mean? Great defenses, and the defenses we played make it hard. So what you've got to do is make sure you have enough bullets, so to speak, to be able to go out and attack them in both phases, because things will dry up. They do a good job diagnosing. They do a great job game planning your tendencies. So what do you have to have? You got to have enough run game that fits you without getting too creative, and you've got to find a way to make those plays work in the fit. And then you've got to have enough to be able to attack them to create explosives, because going the long, hard way, you know, in 15, 12, 15, 18 long play drives is not healthy. So that's the balance, but that's what they do well, is making you do that. So we've got to find ways to make those go and then create explosives as well to put ourselves in position to score points.
You mentioned run game. What are your thoughts of how you guys have run the football so far this year?
Well, it's certainly, you know, you wouldn't say it's been good enough, but there's, you know, our efficiency numbers are better in the run game, which sometimes can get skewed, but our efficiency numbers are better. You know, we just got to find a way to create more explosive plays to be better in the run game. But in many ways, our efficiency is better. We've got to continue to work on our second and third runs to make us better and more multidimensional. So we wouldn't say we're pleased with where we're at in the run game by any means, and we've got to grow there. No better time to start with this week and then step into a off week where we can improve it to get ready for the second half of our season.
How does the offensive line progress through 5 games? I mean, are you seeing what you kind of anticipated or hoped for, or is still a lot of room for improvement there?
Yeah, I think at every position there's much room for improvement. Those guys have taken strides on their physicality, and for the most part, especially in the way they've attacked practices and being physical and moving people. You know, we're still trying to develop some depth and where that's going to go at right tackle, and there's just individual stuff, battles going on. But for the most part, those guys are working. We're certainly learning how to play physical, and that growth at that position has just got to continue to take steps. And those steps happen during a season too. It's not just off-season growth. Like, we got to keep bagging reps with another young group and keep taking steps. But we're taking those, and the sooner the better.
You mentioned perhaps switching up a couple things at practice to try to improve closing out at the end, other than putting the ball down, going 11 on 11, you know, in red zone or whatever. What other things can you do to try to promote that?
Yeah, it's good. I don't. The good thing is I don't get paid for that in this chair. I've let him. No, but he's discussed it, and he's right, because in his career as a head coach, he's been very, very good at finishing games and fourth quarter games and those things. So I know he's going on the search, and we're going to search as a staff and respond with him as to what that'll be. I think more than anything, anytime you give it more attention in those things, it's kind of that self-fulfilling prophecy, right? I think, therefore I am. So I think just continuing to push our guys of us being a 4-quarter team, us being a fourth quarter team, and finishing games so we can come out on the other end is crucial in a mentality. And then some things structurally that coach is going to change as far as practice, just to send a message of, hey, we're in segments. This is the fourth quarter. Let's finish the game.
Jared, the 3rd and 4 play on the pass to Letty,
it looked like you had something cooked up that could have worked in a bunch of different ways. And did they take something away, or maybe cover up the middle, or did it just not come off as it was designed, or was it a good spot?
Yeah, you know what, good question. Good call, and we had worked that. That's a common play for us that we just, you would call it window dressing, right? Just trying to make things look different things look the same. Common call for us. Guys hit our spots, and we did what we supposed to do, and it was one of those deals where unfortunately we missed a read in it. And Daggy would be able to tell you at length, right, that we just missed a read in it and didn't get through our progression properly. And if we do, it probably goes real well. So that's what it is. But it's a routine play for us, and one we like and got to. And it's a play that in the second read is to get us through from running back to it. And it was a pretty good look into our second read, and we just missed it. And it would have probably been a nice catch, tight turn, vertical push right in the end zone. So we just got to keep on making that. That's what we mean by being efficient and making our routine plays. That was one, and it just so happened in that play, it was the last real play of the game. You know what I mean? Nobody notices in the first quarter as much, but that sucker's a scoring play, Excuse me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hey, thank you all.